Virgo, welcome to your October reading. Now I'm going to be using two decks today. We're going to use the Cosmic Cycles Tarot deck and also the Tarot of the Divine. Now we're going to have a look at what's coming up for you for the month of October. And then we will also have a little check-in on the signs that you're dealing with as well. So do stay tuned to the end. Okay, so Virgo, let's have a look at what's coming up for you for your tarot reading for the month of October. Okay, so first off, you've got Queen of Wands. Now I like that because that for me is someone who is taking charge. They are prepared to deal with everything. They're prepared to see what's going on, and they're in control. Like the plans are there. Okay, so you've got, like she's basically rebuilding a house, but she's in control of it. Like she's delegating, she's seeing what needs to be done. The plan is in her head, the plan is clear. She knows what she needs to do to get there. She's just got to wait and get it done. Hang on, sorry, I just realised my phone needed charging. In case you're wondering why I was like suddenly pressing the screen. Okay, so Virgo, I think that's a good starter. Now, my concern is you've then got a Three of Wands in reverse. Now that in the upright is a lovely card because that's, it's finding, like it's literally landing somewhere new, a new island, finding somewhere good to go, finding what's good and being ready to explore. Like you've made that journey and now you get the reward of finding the island, finding where you can go, what you can do. Now, my concern is that you haven't quite got there yet. So these plans that you're putting into place are not, it's like the plans that you're putting into place are short term. Long-term goals are not quite there yet. Now you've also got the Judgment in reverse, which for me is like this Judgment card is graduation. It's progress. It's making the journey through to your next level. It's like, look, I've learned what I can learn here. If we use university as an example and graduation, you do your course for however many years it is, and then you graduate and you take what you've learned and you go on to the next level and you go out into the world and you share what you've learned. My concern, Virgo, is that you're not at that point yet and you're not helping yourself get to that point. Your final card though you've got is the Four of Cups in reverse. Now that's good, that's progress, because this for me in the upright is a little bit spitting your dummy out, and it's a little bit of like, things didn't work out brilliantly straight away, so you spill the water over it, you're done. But you're not in that mode. Like, so you're not letting go of it, you're not spoiling things at the moment, but it's also not progressing through, and that I think is where I think your goals, particularly for the month of October, are short term. I think is the general gist of this. Now we're going to pull some clarifiers from the Tarot of the Divine as well, just to see if we can get a bit more on this situation, because it's there's nothing wrong with being short term. Other than, like, it's one thing to stay present and keep going with what you're doing and celebrate where you are and all the rest of that. And I am all for being present, but you also do kind of need to have a view on the long goal as well, and to know where you're going to, because from a physical, practical standpoint, if you don't have a, like, let's say for example, at the gym, if you don't have a target weight that you want to be or that you want to lift, or what are you working towards? You're going through the motions for the sake of it. Like, how many people do that? They go to the gym, they do their 45 minutes and they leave and they go, oh yeah, I went today, it's fine, I'm progressing. But it's like, well, no, actually, you didn't change anything. You didn't force your body to change. You didn't push yourself, so you don't level up. You don't get to the next level. And I think that's where pretty much you're at the moment. Now with your Queen of Wands has been backed up by the Two of Coins, and this just want to show it to you in the upright first. It's such a lovely deck. It's all based on like fairy tales and folklores, but this is lovely. This lady in the upright, she's cradling two very different worlds, but you're not, Virgo. Now this could be that you're not finding the balance, you're not finding that equilibrium between balancing two worlds out. It could be that you don't want to. It could be that there's a resistance to accepting it. It could be that someone else has taken that away from you. But this is again where I think it's, and there's another lovely phrase: the grass is always greenest where it's watered. And if you want your short-term goal is what you're aiming for, is what you want, is building a big house, you know, the material things, nice cars, all those, you know, things that you want to come back into. It's almost that actually that requires giving up another side of things. You know, if you, like, you might think, oh, I want a better job. I need to train for a better job. I need to, you know, particularly right now, people are upskilling, downskilling, whatever they're doing. But sometimes it's like, well, actually, I need to focus on the job I've got, and I need to do the job I've got properly. The other job's going to have to wait. I can't balance two things up. I can't do this job properly and start a new job and start a new career. I can't do two jobs at once. I need to really focus and drill down on what it is that I do and do it really, really well. That's a plus point. That's a good thing. Now, your Three of Wands in reverse, where I was saying, you know, you're not taking the leap, interestingly, has come out with the Chariot. So this for me is like, you know what, if you've kind of made that journey, but you've got a lot further to go. Like, there's so much more you can do. If once you're off that boat and once you've reached this island, this hesitancy that you've had to kind of explore will bring you wonderful things. Like, but you've got to start exploring in October. And this is where I think, you know, like, again, you know, the grass is greener where it's watered, but once your lawn is brilliant and fantastic, and I'm talking work situations more than love life situations. I'm not encouraging, you know, anything else. But I think this for me is like, the decision is going to be made. The momentum is going to pick up, and this island that you found, you're going to have to start exploring it, even if you find out it's what you don't want. So that's that. With your Judgment in reverse, you've got the Nine of Cups in reverse, and this, I mean, just look at that in the upright. I don't know what the story is behind this card, but it's beautiful. But, you know, this Judgment in reverse being paired to the Nine of Cups in reverse, like, you not being able to progress is through disappointment, I think, of not getting what you wanted. Because Nine of Cups upright is such a happy, joyous, you know, wish fulfillment card. It's all of those lovely things. But maybe, and it's tricky, because it's like, if you let go and accept you've learned what you can learn where you are in these short-term goals, then you can move on and you can find this happiness. Or is it because you're not happy where you are, you haven't found the happiness in your situation now, that you're not able to move forward and you're not able to progress on? You're not able to graduate because you haven't quite got happiness yet, and you want to wait until in your short-term situation until you're happy, until you've reached that thing that you think gives you the level up. Will it come though? That's the question for you, Virgo. And I think with this Four of Cups in reverse, with, you know, like I was saying, being very calm, staying maintained, not spitting your dummy out, you've got the Knight of Swords in reverse. Now this moment of like I say, not, it's like, if you maintain a healthy balance between, and don't give in to bad habits and spite and things like that, is kind of what I'm getting at. Part of that is a case of, you know, if you feel it's starting to build up, what I'm pleased about is that with this Knight of Swords in reverse, you are not dealing with it. You're not letting that moment of spite push you into something else. Like, if you feel you've been mistreated, you're not coming back in fighting with it, because that Knight of Swords is in reverse. And that, I think, is a really, really good thing. I think, you know, it's important to accept the feeling, and maybe that's where you need to stay with your short-term goal right now, until you can get to the point that you're happy with what you've done and you're happy in yourself. Then you can progress and you can move on. Okay, hope that helps. Now we're gonna have a look at the other signs that you're dealing with to see what they're going through, because hopefully that will help you process what you're going through. Now, do let me know what resonates down in the comments below, and I'm going to be doing some free Q&As on YouTube as well as Instagram now. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, it's Must Be a Gemini Tarot with full stops in between each word, not at Instagram. Or mustbeageminitarot@gmail.com is my email. So if you want to book a private reading, you can email me there. But again, it's must.be.a.gemini.tarot, just to break them up into little words. So yeah, mustbeageminitarot@gmail.com to drop me an email if you want to book a private reading. Okay, so if you are dealing with an Aries, good news. Three of Cups. I love this card. If you've got an Aries, they are going to show you a whole new side in October. They're going to show you some fun. They're going to give you a lovely time. I think they're going to have I think they're going to show you some real joyous moments. And I think go along with it. Because actually, you know what? Like, the hard work that you've been doing with that Queen of Wands is hard work. And maybe if you're dealing with an Aries and they want to suggest something new and fun to do, let them suggest it. Go along with it. Just go with the flow. Because that will help you find that happiness with that Nine of Cups in reverse. It will help you get that level if you let them show you how to have fun again. If you are dealing with a Taurus, they've got the King of Cups, which is a really joyous card. Now this card for me is very much like that meditation moment. It's taking the chill to just be confident, be focused on where you are, what you've got going on, and then, like this guy is a therapist. He's taken a break between clients. He's just zenning himself out so that he's ready to help the next client. And if you're dealing with a Taurus, don't worry about them, because they are absolutely okay with where they are. The King of Cups is full of love, whether that's getting love from other people, whether it's self-love, whatever it is. They are so flowing with love right now. So they're good. Don't worry about them. If you're dealing with a Gemini, they got the Two of Wands. Now you had the Three in reverse and they've got the Two of Wands. So I feel like they're coming towards you. They're a little bit behind you on their journey. I think that's where it is. And I think if you're, I would encourage patience, because I think they haven't reached the island. They're still kind of chasing you a little bit. They're still trying to catch up with where you are. Which is unusual because Gemini's normally quite fast paced, but that's my feeling for that. If you're dealing with a Cancer, they've got the Two of Swords in reverse. Now that for me is a little bit of a sad card, because I think they've got a decision to make. And you know what, it could be that where you have been a little bit focused on your short term, they're a little bit focused on the long term, but they're a little reluctant to make the decision. Whether that's to step away, whether that's to fully commit, whether it is, like maybe you've proposed to a Cancer and they're hesitant on saying yes or no. They're like, oh, hang on, I just need to work this out first. I need to work that first out. I think that's where they're going to be at for October. Now, if you're dealing with a Leo, we've got the Strength card, which is lovely. One, because it's their card, but also like that for me is like they're getting back up to their level in October where they are a champion, where they are the defender of the week, where they've got everything going for them, where they're really working towards progress, like getting, they've had a setback, but they're still coming back strong. They're coming back fighting. Now, if you're dealing with another Virgo, we've got the Four of Pentacles. And again, this card comes out a lot today, because we've got two moons this month as well. And the second one is in Taurus. So it's very much about like stability and working through things. So if you're dealing with another Virgo, I think take some real confidence in that they are investing in this situation. Like your short term Queen of Wands energy of getting everything in place right now, dealing with everything as it is, they're looking after the long-term goals. With that Four of Pentacles, they're saving, out of the 4 coins they've got, one is going into investment, one is going into saving up for the dream, the car, whatever it is on the focus board. They're taking care of that. So you focus on your day-to-day, fantastic. They will worry about the future and the long term. Now, if you're dealing with a Libra, they've got the Justice in reverse. Now, this actually came out in their reading, so if you're dealing with a Libra, definitely go and cross-watch it. They're not in a good position at the moment. They're not, and this will make more sense if you go and watch their video. They are not balanced out. They're not seeing things clearly. They are not doing anything, and that is all over that card. Also, their card coming out in reverse again. Now, if you've got a Scorpio in the mix, they've got a Six of Swords in reverse. So the Scorpios around you are, whether this is in a relationship with you, whether it's, work colleague, family member, friend, they're struggling to get out of a situation. And I think it's worth, and this isn't a relationship feeling, it's more a case of, I think, look out for a Scorpio around you, because they need a little bit of a nudge to make some progress, whether it's out of a relationship, whether it's out of a job, whether it's, to let go of a friend that isn't good for them at the moment. I think just I would like you to check in on them and just see how they are. Now, if you're dealing with a Sagittarius, if you're dealing with Sagittarius, they are going to be absolutely fine because they got that Five of Pentacles in reverse. And I think for me, that moment is that it's not, because in the upright, this is very much like you've been kicked out, you've been chucked out, your bags have been packed on your behalf, and you've literally been dropped at the gate. See ya, I'm off. I'm back in the house. It's not your home anymore. But they're not. They're good. Like they've got somewhere they can go. And if that's, and again, this doesn't have to be your relationship. It could be that you've got a Sagittarius around you who you've been worried about that they would be a bit left on their own, or maybe this is your relationship, and actually your short-term mentality is that what are they going to do if you leave, if you kick them out? What's going to happen to them? They'll be fine. They've got people they can turn to if they need to. Now, if you're dealing with a Capricorn, they got Seven of Cups. So be careful around a Capricorn, because I think, you are providing really short-term stability. Short-term, I don't want to say happiness is the right word, but there's a short-term mentality on you, and I think it's almost like they're like, oh, okay, well this short term is fine, but what about that? What about that long term goal? What about another short term possibility? This is very much like a kid in a sweet shop. It's like, I've got one ice cream in my hand, but there's 6 other ice creams I could go for. Maybe one of them's better than what I've got right now. So be careful that your short term sense isn't leaving them looking elsewhere. Now, if you're dealing with an Aquarius, that is sad news, because you've got the Ten of Cups in reverse. And I think with that, if your Aquarius is seeing that your short-term mentality is not changing, and they've been looking at the long goal. They've been looking at the Ten of Cups. This is a wedding, full stop, front and center. This is the happy ever after. It's the goal. If they're aware that this is now not the goal, that you are not working towards this, you are just staying short-term, household, whatever, they are aware of it, and be careful, because that's going to be really, really harsh for them. If you've got a Pisces in your life, happy days, good one to finish on. We've got the Lovers, beautiful, my favourite card, don't tell the others. This is beautiful. If you have got a Pisces in your life, and you might be short-term, you might be struggling with these other things, with these long-term goals, do not worry, that Pisces is there for you. They will be there to support you when you are down. And likewise, when they're down, you will support them. And you know what, maybe that's what your short-term is maybe you're trying to look after your Pisces, because they need a little bit of help right now. Which is nice, actually. It's a good one to finish on. Okay, Virgo, I hope that helps. And if you would like a private reading, let me know. If not, I will see you on one of my free Q&As very, very soon. Take care.